YouTube. In today's video, we're going 1 week later with the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. I had to take my time with this watch and actually use it and get to know it before I gave my first official thoughts and true opinions about it. Now, you guys in the comment section, or you guys in the community of, the Galaxy Watch Kingdom and whatnot, you guys have your opinions as well. I will be addressing those things too. Let's get this started off. Design. As you guys can see, I have an aftermarket third-party watch band. There will be links down in the description below to the accessories that I have added, which isn't much so far as this band, but I will add more. I know some people were worried about not being able to use 22mm watch bands. There's always an adapter out there, so I'll link to that as well. Also, if you guys want to grab, whether it's this Galaxy Watch 8 Classic, Watch 8, or the new Galaxy Watch Ultra 2025, or Z Fold or Z Flip, I have links down in the description below that's going to get you the best deals on Samsung.com, as well as an extra $50 pre-order Samsung credit. So if you want that extra $50 for free, use the link down in the description below. Now that that's out the way, let's talk about the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic, starting off with the design. Now, this watch has taken a different design this year from its predecessor, the Watch 6 Classic. Most noticeable is the screen to body ratio in between the two, right? We have a lot more body going on with the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic in comparison to what was with the Watch 6 Classic. Also, the screen was larger on the Watch 6 Classic versus the Watch 8 Classic. Now, what a lot of people need to realize is if you're into watches, I mean like true premium watches, if you look at them and study them, this is definitely not the only body style design. It's very traditional, but this is traditional as well. If you get out there and you look at some premium brands, this is a very premium style of smartwatch, or watch, shall I say. So it's not like Samsung's out of their element by using this design, and it's also not the first time that Samsung has tapped into this style of watch. This design has grown on me, and it's also a lot better in person. I'm gonna stress this and I'm gonna be honest. You guys, if you've seen any of my videos leading up when I was watching the leaks, I was nervous about this whole, design change and shaping and whatnot, but I was also optimistic, and thankfully I stayed optimistic because once I got this in person, once I put it on my wrist, once I wore it more, once I looked at it from different angles and whatnot, I grew to like it, and I grew to like it actually a lot. It's in the area of competing with my Watch 6 Classic, and that's for me personally, and I mean that wholeheartedly. There's a lot of reasons why. The Watch 6 Classic is more subtle as far as all of the elements from a design perspective, and this is not a versus, but this is just me pointing out some things. When you get into the Watch 8 Classic, it has a little bit more oomph as far as the rotating bezel, and I don't know what the technical term is for these ridges on the turn bezel, as well as this portion. I don't know the technical term for that, the prominence of that. It's well stated in this watch for sure. So yes, this design has a lot more body in the design versus like screen, but I'll tell you this, the screen at its sizing is absolutely fine. And here's another plus side to it. You may get better battery life rocking a smaller screen. Actually, you do get better battery life rocking a smaller screen. I'll get into battery in just a second, but from a design perspective, I really like the classiness of this watch. And that's the thing about it. That's the whole point, classic classiness. And this watch delivers on that. The design and the beauty is obviously in the eye of the beholder. So whether you like it or not is up to you. Me personally, I like it. And I like it a lot. Also, another thing we have to point out from the design perspective is I shot this out in the Versus video, but look at how flat the back end is. This thing lays way flatter on your wrist, and this design right here delivers on weight distribution and comfort, as well as health measurements and sensors. So there's a design aspect to the Watch 8 Classic that is absolutely an improvement over the Watch 6 Classic technically. But obviously this is an accessory that you add to your smartphone, so it needs to, fit the part of all of those. So if it visually doesn't appeal to you, then it doesn't. But if it does, and also I'll say this, you won't know until you look at it in person and put it on your wrist and see if it actually grows on you as it did me. Like once I saw this in person and once I wore it, after day one, I was already in. I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Let's jump straight into it. I don't want to waste your time. Let's talk battery life. What my battery life has been over this past week of usage. I've been using it every single day Some days lighter than others. Even today is a light day. As you guys can see, my watch battery life, 97%. I just took it off the charger a couple hours ago. And today is what's considered a light day, as I started my day a lot later than I usually would, which means I didn't put my watch on until a lot later in the day. But as far as battery life for this week for me, and trust me, you guys are gonna wanna wait for my 1 month and maybe my 2-week update to get a more in-depth perspective on battery life, as I will be adding fitness. I'm going to be grabbing a gym membership soon. Battery life, 1 week later, for me personally and my usage, it's a 2-day plus 2.5 day battery, 100%. And how I use my device, I wake up in the morning, I do whatever I gotta do in the morning. I'll put it on late morning, close to afternoon. I'll rock it throughout the day. I do not sleep with my watch. And as far as fitness activity, as of right now, the most I'm doing is a walk around the neighborhood and whatnot, which is good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm evolving my fitness 2 to 2.5 days of battery life easily, which means this watch is doing what it's supposed to do. Battery life for me, solid. All of these smartwatches as of late, obviously, outside of like the Ultra Beast right here, are easily 2.5 day to 3 day, depending on your settings. Again, battery life is absolutely subjective and objective to the users who use it and how they use their device and what you use it for. My device is heavily used for not just the design and the look factor, but notifications, interaction with the watch on a notification perspective versus me having to reach for my smartphone device, recording my walks, which I typically get in daily. So getting those, daily walk activities recorded on here. Now, the next topic of discussion is platform and software. One UI Watch 8, I like it. I actually like the layout and the way that they did it. Samsung actually did it in a great way, in the sense that, you have these tiles, and some of these tiles have like a drop down or like tiles under it. Instead of me trying to explain it, let me show you exactly what I mean by this, right? So if you look here, like you have like activity and whatnot, and as you guys can see, all of these different tiles that you can put in for activity. Same thing with sleep is only one, nutrition. There's all these different informative, and then by them showing you the multitude of tiles, that's just showing you the sizing that you can go for if you want like this pill shape, or like, the more chunkier rounded tile, you can do that. And again, in certain instances, they have another section to them, which right here is the antioxidant index, right? This goes under fitness, but I want to show you this. As you guys can see, my last score was 87, which is adequate, and it's on the higher tier, right? So you can tap in here, we can go into measure, we hit start measuring, and this is a new feature too. All right, there we go. So I just got an 82 score. So my score went down 5 points. I got to get on it. But what's cool about that whole fitness aspect right there, or that, antioxidant index, is the fact that it encourages you to be healthier. And that's the whole point of, or the plus side to smartwatches when you use it in a fitness aspect, is the encouragement to be healthier. When I'm taking my walk, the one that I just recently did, when I got to like a mark of like a mile, it spoke to me. So it's like a, personal coach. It named off the, the distance I walked, the calories that were burned and whatnot. So that was really solid. This is all coming in with One UI 8, but a lot of great information. Now, for those of you who like sleep tracking on Samsung devices over the years has always been a really good, way of tracking your sleep. I just do not care to sleep with, smartwatches, especially in the way that I set them up. Now, speaking of, I should have mentioned this in the design aspect, but the stock, hybrid band that's like rubber on the inside and this hybrid leather or leatherette material on the outside, I love this band. This equals top comfort when wearing this. And there are other bands that get even more comfortable in the sense of fabric and whatnot if you want to go that route. If you guys want an accessory video for the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic for me to do it and show you guys a lot of different accessories, hit the comment section down below and let me know. But I love this band. I just want to stress how much I love this band. I wanted to change the look up for this video for you guys and show you guys this watch in a more classier setting, because, you know, some people, they've been looking at it and they've been a little back and forth. I'm just trying to show you, man. The swag is there. But outside of that, One UI Watch 8, right? If I go into this Wear app, now if you don't like the grid view, you can go with the list view. I'm showing this for the people who are new to smartwatches and may have never, you know, seen or used the Galaxy Watch really quickly. You have the quick panel settings right here that you can set up. I have everything in there. And, you know, all in all, the Watch One UI 8 is familiar, but yet it's also different. And the reason I say that is because it's familiar in the sense that it works like we know Watch, you know, One UI to work. It's different from our previous predecessor and the setup. Now, as you guys can see, it's not the exact same, but it feels very similar, right? Now, carrying on into fitness. Now, I haven't done a ton of fitness. Like I told you guys, I do my walk, which is typically like a daily walk or whatever. It depends on the weather. You know, the weather could be a little up and down here, and it has been lately. So what I like about the fitness is, you know, the typical, like the auto tracking. So I'll just start the walk, and there's been a couple of times where I've been walking and I forgot. I remember when we were in New York, we were going to the coffee shop. I was walking with my bro, JC, and it just auto tracked the walk for me, which was super fire because, hey, I wasn't thinking like, hey, let me track this. It automatically chose to do that, and it was most definitely convenient. And there's been a couple of other times when I'm just taking my walk around the neighborhood and the auto, you know, pause or the auto, you know, tracking kicks in, and it's pretty solid. Now, you know, when it comes to fitness, there's people who get even more technical towards accuracies and whatnot. And, you know, there's some fitness levels where a level of accuracy matters, like, you know, to the T. For me, it's not like that. I just need a ballpark. I just need to know, okay, did I make it a mile or two or whatever? You know, approximately how many calories did I burn and whatnot. As you guys can see, I'm pretty calorie burned anyway. So, you know, it's just good to have some of those, you know, tracking marks to help build the discipline. So you have that with you with a, you know, smartwatch in general, but the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic does it well, or as well with the Galaxy Watch 8 or the Galaxy Ultra 2025, which will be coming to the studio soon. I got you guys. And we will be doing a head-to-head between this watch and the Galaxy Watch Ultra 2025, this watch and the Apple Watch Ultra as well, coming soon. So you already know what to do. Subscribe and turn on the bell. Let's continue on with my perspectives and my usage and my overall number one topic, which is user experience. My user experience with the Watch 8 Classic has been positive thus far. I haven't had any hiccups. Now, I will say this, it's kind of a bummer that with the new, you know, watch face format, that the old method that I used to show you guys for getting these, you know, custom watch faces, you know, the Rolly and whatnot, as of right now, this is not available. It's still a back and forth or a workout between, you know, Google and the developers. So unfortunately, that style is not available, but I found a pretty cool watch face, or a couple of them, inside of, you know, what's available of what Samsung gives you. So we got this one right here, and you can customize these and change like colors and the complications and whatnot. This one's very minimal and classy as well. We got this classic minimalist right here. We have this simple analog right here. We also have this perpetual right here. So we have this nice perpetual watch face. I like this stretch time one as well. That was actually the first one that I was rocking. It was the Sporty Classic. This is the Frontier. That's another great watch face. The Tomcat is cool too. I'll show you guys that one. This is the Tomcat. So there is nonetheless a handful of watch faces, or more than a handful, if I'm being honest, that I found that I would like, and I could switch it up, and, you know, the watch would not get stale for me from a watch face perspective. So the Frontier is my favorite as of right now. So yeah, the One UI watch experience from a software perspective has been really good. The tiles and everything, I'm fine with. So I'm fine with the delivery of the Watch 8 Classic as a whole, as of right now, 1 week later. I like the design. I'm fine with the battery. I'm getting battery that I personally could use from a smartwatch and confidently use this. I don't feel pressured, or I don't feel like I have to check on it as much. You know, I'm like not like sitting here stressing about battery life. Am I gonna make it through the next day? I'm chilling. You know what I mean? 1-2 days go by, I'm chilling. I might look and be like, okay, on that second day at the end, I might choose to then maybe charge it. So that way on the next day, I got like a full go. So that way I can continue my confidence. But to be honest, in this 1 week, I've literally only charged it 2 to 3 times actually. So 2 or 3 times charge in 1 week, I'm fine with that. The software is snappy. Everything's been smooth, no hiccups. The tracking for fitness has been solid for me. I haven't done a lot. I'm gonna stress that later for the 1 month review and you guys will see that. So this combo right here, Z Fold 7 with this, as you guys can see, I got this on here. Listen, I got some things to talk about this. So if you guys are looking forward to my Z Fold 7 accessory videos, you do not want to miss it because I'm testing accessories now and I got a lot to tell you, some things to avoid and some things to grab. So stay locked in for that. Subscribe, turn on the bell for the upcoming 2-week review on the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic, as well as the versus videos against the Watch Ultra 2025 and the Apple Watch Ultra, as well as the 1 month review, the Z Fold upcoming reviews, and so on. My name is CJ, I know tech, so you don't have to, even though I know you guys know everything. Peace.